Sohag Jewelers, timeless jewelry for generations.
खाना खाना जितना आसान है, अब खाना बनाना भी उतना ही आसान हो जाएगा। 10 ही मिनटों में बनाइए अपने पसंदीदा डिशेस, चाहे वो हो शाही पनीर, दाल मखनी, तंदूरी वेजिटेबल्स या फिर दाल तड़का या फिर सीधी सादी भिंडी फ्राई। क्वींस करी किचन की तरफ से आपके लिए है 4 मसालों की शानदार रेंज, इजी करी। आज ही लाइए और जब आपके घर में खुशबुएं उठेंगी तो सब पूछेंगे आखिर ये खाना कौन से रेस्टोरेंट से मंगवाया है। आज ही कॉल कीजिए 5166100203 या फिर हमारी वेबसाइट के थ्रू ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर्स प्लेस कीजिए www.queenscurrykitchen.com। Free shipping all over the US.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show Fight Against COVID-19. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing our show. Thank you for being a part of the show. With this show, we were able to connect to many people around the world, people and in US especially, people who are working behind the scene or in front line. Some are making masks, some are supporting small businesses, some are providing food to the healthcare workers. I have such a guest today. His name is Nick Panareli, who is from Boston, who's here to talk about how he's helping frontline healthcare workers. Welcome, Nick.
Hi, Doctor. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being on the show. So, Nick, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I own Buck's Whiskey and Burger Bar in Worcester, Mass, and I am a fourth-generation restaurateur, and we've always focused on helping out the community, with every restaurant that we've ever had, and, especially during this pandemic, we decided that it would make sense to do what we can for all that the healthcare workers are doing for all of us and contributing any way possible. So far we've donated over 2,000 meals, with more coming up within the next couple of weeks or so.
So how did this start? I know Andrea was on this show, and she basically said that there was a process. How did this all start? Tell me a little bit about it.
Once everything happened and we were kind of forced to close, we opened up for takeout for a couple of days a week just to be able to sustain the business during these times. And we had a lot of interest through other groups that were talking about somehow providing a way that we could provide meals for healthcare workers, police, fire, etc. And myself and a few other restaurant owners in the area got together, and we provided meals for a local COVID testing site at CVS in Shrewsbury. And from there, I kind of got the ball rolling, in my head, thinking that, there's got to be a way to reach out to even more people. That was 75 people, but, how can we reach more people with the same cause? And from that, I reached out to Andrea Castanetti, who has been absolutely phenomenal throughout this whole pandemic and everything. And she's helped countless people and such a great person. I got to talking with her, and from that, I reached out to my food distributor, Performance Food Groups, and pitched them the idea of, hey, is there a way that we can do, a big 500-person donation? Mm-hmm. So they provided the food. I paid out of my pocket, my staff to come in, put everything together. We started at, I think, 8 o'clock in the morning, and our last delivery was at 11:30 at night. We wanted to make sure that we could hit every single shift, and it was a very long day, but extremely rewarding.
Yeah. So how did you feel like when you are doing this, and you're providing food to healthcare workers? How does this feel?
It felt great. It was just to see how appreciative everybody was, and like every hospital that we went to in the area, Andrea had set up, and it was just the looks on everyone's faces. Like when we came up, we could just see how tired they were, but so appreciative that, people were just out there in the community that we never met that are thinking of them, and I think it was really moving and, touching and made us want to do more, not myself, but, as Bucks Whiskey and Burger Bar, the company as a whole.
So, do you basically how does it work? So people provide donations like Andrea does, and then, how does the whole process work?
So in the beginning, the one day that we did the 500 meals, that was donated between myself and Performance Food Groups, and now all the meals that we're providing, that we've provided afterwards, have been donations from our customers, local businesses,
Wow.
members of the community, and it's really touching every time I hear, either a phone call, a text, or a Facebook message, or an Instagram message, just, hey, how can we help?
Yeah.
And they either have places in mind, or I'll reach out to Andrea and say, who hasn't gotten food yet, just that way everybody gets, some sort of help. I'm sure, everybody thinks of, the ER right away, and
Yeah.
I'm sure there's only so many pizzas that everybody wants to eat. So to be able to provide something different, is definitely was our goal.
So, what motivated you to do this?
I've always believed in helping the community that helps you. I feel that my business wouldn't be as successful as it is without, the community helping me, and which in turn, for something like this, I have to give back. And I feel that
Yeah.
this was one of the ways that I could do it, and, just to get people to forget about it for a second and enjoy good
Yeah.
food.
Are there some challenges that you face? When you do these things, it's hard. It's a lot of work. Organizing and doing things.
It's a lot of planning, reaching out to places, just making sure that, they can accept food donations. I know there are certain private hospitals and stuff that aren't allowed to take in donations just due to outside contact and everything. And my staff obviously goes through the highest standard for all safety measures when we're working with food at any time.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, the planning of it is tough. The timing, just coordinating how many people. There are sometimes that we'll get an order for 25 people, and there's sometimes an order for 150 people.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of all over the place, but it's definitely rewarding in so many levels.
So, what are some of the examples of like hospitals or other places that you have supplied food so far?
We have done Worcester Memorial. In Worcester, we've done UMass Memorial, UMass University, Worcester Recovery and Healthcare.
Wow.
We've done a few of the local police stations, local fire stations. We've done a few rehab centers and nursing homes. And I believe this week we have coming up the Boys and Girls Club of Worcester. One of the local insurance agencies wants to sponsor meals for all the volunteers that have been helping,
Yeah.
keep kids busy during this time, which is stressful for everybody. I can only imagine being a kid and not being able to go hang out with my friends during this time. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, it is. What are some of the message you want to give to viewers, like in this situation? What would you like to tell them?
I would say as tough as it is, everybody's feeling it on some level, whether it's, in the healthcare world, whether it's, in the restaurant world, or even just everyday lives. Everybody's feeling it, and it's tough. It's not like anyone wanted this to happen, or anyone wants to make us stay at home and everything. And I get it on that side. I get it from, a business owner that's losing money being closed. We'd obviously love to be open and, deal with the social life. Everybody, I'm sure, missed that. Some sense of normalcy. And I think the biggest thing is, we just have to be patient and, work together to get through this and really take this time to look kind of within ourselves and figure out how we can help other people. And no matter how big or small, just something to give back to the community.
As a small business you brought up, there must be challenges. What are some of the of course, like money, but I'm sure your team, your staff, what are the things that you guys are going through on their morale?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. We're trying to keep as many people on as possible, during this time, and it's the staff has been phenomenal. We're a smaller business. I believe we only have 12 employees. So, it's for us, we're kind of like a family. So keeping everybody together, whether they're working there every day or they're, temporarily laid off or on unemployment, we all try to keep in touch with each other and just to, try to keep an update on what's going on and when we get to actually open back up and get back to life.
It's unbelievable. The times are really tough. I think before we go back, before we actually say thank you to you, any last words, any things that you want to message in terms of this tough time to the viewers, and then I want to really thank you for all the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Myself and everyone at Buck's Whiskey and Burger Bar just want to thank all the health workers and the first responders, just for everything that they're doing. I know it has to be absolutely exhausting, but we're here for you guys, however we can help.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nick, for working behind the scene and helping these, frontline workers. We bring them on this, and we can on the show, and they talk about the hardship they do, but they also talk about the good work, the support that you guys are giving them in terms of food and many other things. So thank you so much, and really, really thankful for coming to the show and sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.